Alright guys, what's up? I'm here to do my One Piece 714 review. Now, after the events of last chapter where we get the ending battle between Luffy and Chinjiao, we pretty much just get what happens after that. And since the platform has been broken, it's going to take a while before Block D actually starts. So with that, Luffy is just chilling around the Coliseum mainly. And immediately we see Cavendish attack Luffy. I mean, he was just waiting too. With that, Luffy just goes no hand style, catches it, and I mean they're just arguing. So with that, Bartolomeo is actually looking, and he's just his usual grumpy self. He walks past a group of guys who are talking about Luffy, talking trash, and they're just saying, Straw Hat, isn't he that one guy who couldn't even save his brother at Marineford? And then the other guy's just laughing. He's like, ha ha ha, yeah. I mean, even I could save my brother if that were the case. And with that, Bartolomeo gets pissed. He blows his stack, and he crushes one guy against the wall with his barrier. And he puts on the most out. Yeah. He's just so angry. And he's just saying, what the hell did you just say about Luffy Senpai? I mean, look, this is the first time we've shown Bartolomeo show any respect or admiration for anybody since his appearance in this arc. And I mean so much that he even called Luffy Senpai. So, at this point, everybody gets the answers that they were looking for. Especially about how Luffy and Bartolomeo were connected in a sort of way. So with that, Bartolomeo pretty much just reveals on how he knew Luffy. Well, not directly knew him, but anyway, let me just get to this flashback. Anyway, Bartolomeo actually happened to encounter Luffy at Log Town, and for all of you who know, this was a while ago. This was back at episode. Let me check, cause I'm watching this arc right now. 40. Oh, I can't remember. 48. Or was it 45? 45 or 48? Yeah. This arc started at 48, episode 48. So this was a long time ago. So he pretty much said that he saw Luffy on the same platform that Gold D. Roger was executed on. And Luffy himself was about to get executed by Buggy. And even then, Luffy still proclaimed boldly that he would become the king of the pirates. Pirate King, Kaizohu. So, after that proclamation, Bartolomeo saw the bolt of lightning that was coming down from the heavens itself to protect Luffy. His exact words. And with that, he was just fascinated with Luffy ever since then. He pretty much just had faith in Luffy at that point. And that was probably the wrong choice of words to say, but I couldn't really describe it any other way. He had so much respect for Luffy at that point. And he pretty much just believed that Luffy would usher in a new era and become the Pirate King. He even said that himself to the other guy. So, with that, he was following the Straw Hat Pirates' activities ever since. He's heard about Alabasta, Impel Down, Marineford, everything. He's been following up on everything they've done, and even in these lobbies. So, with that, he admires them a lot, and it even showed a panel of a wall with all of their wanted posters on it, and he's just pretty much groveling before it. And at this point, he revealed that he was just a boss of a town or something like that. So at this point, I believe it would be sometime after Marineford, he left his hometown and set out to seas to become a pirate. And I believe he set out with the intentions to meet Luffy one day and possibly join his crew. Possibly. So with that, he's so mad at this guy. He grabs out his tongue and he just stabs it. So at that point, we get Chinjiao coming in. Chinjiao, of course, beaten up. He wants to have a talk with Luffy. And Chinjiao, he no longer harbors hate for Garp or Luffy, especially since Luffy gave him back his pinhead. He no longer harbors any hatred, and he tries to show his gratitude by doing the typical Japanese bowing thing. But when he does that, he accidentally splits the floor, and Luffy, being scared of that, he's running. And so there was one thing that Chinjiao said that interests me so much. He said, "For giving me back this head, I'm putting my grandson's Hapushu army under your wing." I'm going to get more into this later. So with that, Luffy's running away, and Rebecca catches on to him, and she's saying, "Come on, let me take you to somewhere safe." So they go. She buys some food, and they end up to a place where it looks like a prison. And at this point, they're talking, and the guys who were actually within the bars, they grab Luffy, and they're saying, "Rebecca, this is your chance. The reason you brought him here was to kill him, right?" So with that, Rebecca unsheaths her sword and is about to stab Luffy with the sword. But Luffy gets free, and he pins her down easily. And, I mean, he only uses his feet while carrying a lunchbox. So it shows the big gap in strength. And so with that, Rebecca reveals a little bit about her past and the people who were actually in the prison gates. They're actually known as convict gladiators, and they're there because they went up against Doflamingo. And it seems that if you go against Doflamingo, he'll have you as a convict gladiator, where you either fight until you die, or if you win 1,000 times, then he'll let you go. But that's pretty much impossible, because we look into these bars and we see that everybody is in horrible condition. A lot of them have lost limbs, and a lot of them are in stretchers, and they're in poor condition, so much to the point where it looks like they could just die at any moment. So they're in a pitiful position. And the only one among them who seems fine is Rebecca. Rebecca is also revealed to be a convict gladiator. So we can obviously assume that at some point she went up against Doflamingo and lost. So Rebecca says that she's going to win this tournament, get the Mera fruit, and defeat Doflamingo. I mean, could this be foreshadowing to Rebecca joining the crew, or to her possessing the Mera fruit? We don't know. So she also reveals a little bit about the toy soldier. It seems that the toy soldier helped her, probably when she went up against Doflamingo. So with that ends that chapter. And now to the point where I wanted to get to the most. It seems that Luffy will be getting so much help right now. Also with Bartolomeo. I've never seen anybody fanboy over Luffy like that, and I never thought that I'd see Bartolomeo give his utmost respect and admiration for somebody before. So with that, I'm thinking that Bartolomeo will become a vassal alliance for the Straw Hats, for Luffy. And for those of you who don't know what a vassal alliance is, I'll just put the definition in there right now. Now, with saying that, I think that Bartolomeo will become a vassal alliance for Luffy, because I believe when he went into this tournament, he had all intentions of getting the Mera fruit, but only to return it to Luffy for Ace's sake. Because, I mean, he stabbed the tongue of a guy just because he was talking bad about Ace. So, I mean, I couldn't see any other way why Bartolomeo would want to enter this tournament and get the Mera fruit if it wasn't to get it for Luffy. Now, a lot of people were saying that they thought that he was trying to get the Mera fruit to give it to Blackbeard, but that option is now crossed out. So, yeah, and I also believe that the Hapushu army will become a vassal alliance for Luffy as well. Because with that, Chinjao said that I'm going to leave my grandson's Hapushu army under your wing. So, I mean, there's just so much things that are being foreshadowed in this chapter. And I love it. Because, I mean, if we remember, if you all will go back to Marineford, when Whitebeard was going in to save Ace, he had all of his vassal alliances come in to help and save Ace. Well, he didn't have them. They came in on their own accord, basically. And I mean, when I say a vassal alliance, I mean kind of like how Whitebeard had his own crew, but yet there were also other pirate crews who helped him in this time of need. Like Squardo. Squardo had his own crew, but yet he still served under Whitebeard. So that's pretty much what I'm predicting with Bartolomeo and the Hapushu army. And a lot of people are saying that, well, everybody's pretty much just guessing as to who the new Straw Hat will be. I want to say Rebecca, but I can't really say that until we get more information. We got a lot of information about her in this chapter, but I think we need more. A lot of people are also saying Violet because of her past and with Doflamingo. So, I mean, there are so many possibilities for this arc, and I love it. So pretty much just like I'm saying, I believe Bartolomeo and Hapushu army will become a vassal alliance for Luffy. That ends my review. Great chapter. I loved it. Exciting. I don't even remember last time I've enjoyed a One Piece chapter this much. So, anyway, guys, rate, comment, subscribe. I'm out. See y'all next week.